I got a red dot on my multi-streamer, which generally means live. But yeah, no, I'm not. Nope. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're good.
There we go. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Send out a little tweet here. All right. How you doing?
Good. You?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, this works out pretty good. Yeah, my wife, my kid wanted to go see a movie, so like, okay, cool. Fuck it, we'll just do the podcast right now then. Actually, I'm going to talk about that a little bit on the pod. We might, I don't know, we might maybe start doing something like this, even if we like record on like a weekday or even like any other time. Like try to like, yeah, get it in between, like kind of after we eat dinner and before my kid goes to bed. So I'm not having to worry about that all the time.
Yeah, I'm generally game for whenever.
Yeah, probably. But it seems like, I mean, obviously, you know, a little bit earlier, not so bad either.
Sure.
Get it out of the way, and then you and the girlfriend.
If I'm stuck at the shop or whatever.
What's that?
No, it's if I'm stuck at the shop or whatever, and even then, I'd usually be home by 7:30 or 8.
Sure, right, yeah. So there you go. Yeah, that seems fine. All right, I'm gonna hit record. Right after that.
Come out to the coast. We'll get together, have a few laughs.
That is, of course, the perfect opener for the latest episode of The Objective here, because Die Hard is, in fact, a Christmas movie. I'm in that camp. And, of course, it takes place in California, which, you know, that's where the new map is. You know, I keep it topical with the openers. Anyway, what's up, boys and girls? It's the Objective of Battlefield podcast, episode 126. That's what I was getting. I was going to say the episode first, but then I started to say the Objective, a Battlefield podcast, which this is. And I, of course, am always your host, Upfire33. Joining us, as always, it's your boy OSB, your co-host. What's up, man? How you doing?
Good.
Yeah. How was so you did the Thanksgiving dinner at the girlfriend's place, right? Or the girlfriend's family's place?
Yeah, over at her mom's house. It was fine. And going over to my parents Saturday, that's just kind of a normal dinner, though. I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy.
Oh, okay. Or like, is it kind of like splitting it up a little bit? Like, okay, since you didn't spend Thanksgiving with your parents, you're gonna do the Saturday dinner with your parents.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, they don't really do much. My dad fucking hates turkey, like the
Oh.
whole ass bird on the table type shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
Okay.
lunch meat's one thing, but the whole bird, it's I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, no, that's fine. That makes sense. Yeah. Well, whatever works, man. I mean, I know that's how we kind of do it with our family gatherings, like, and stuff. Like we do. Yeah, we just kind of split it up. We did a little bit of different kind of thing for Thanksgiving this year, actually. Like my dad's friend, who he's known for like 50 years, and like we've been friends with their kids since we were little kids, and we haven't been like friends ever, throughout the entire time, that they've been friends.
Sure.
But like we know them, and they've just been like super close family friends for forever. They actually came into town and rented a house in Detroit, and they've been spending the time in Detroit. And we had Thanksgiving dinner with them last night, so that was a little different for us because we usually do it with either my family or the wife's family, stuff like that. So it was a pretty good Thanksgiving. Speaking of Thanksgiving, happy belated Thanksgiving to all of our Yank listeners, those of you who celebrate. And if you're not, if you're not an American citizen, I mean, imagine not being an American citizen, right? I mean, like,
Correct.
yeah, imagine not being a Yank, right? All you Europeans love to call us Yanks. I don't really know why exactly. I know that's the term that we got somehow. Those Yankees was probably some kind of slur in England when we decided to start kicking you back to England across the Atlantic. Something about, I'm sure you just angry at us, right? You were angry at us, so you came up with some nasty word that you thought was nasty, kind of like apparently bollocks is a pretty derogatory, offensive term in England. I don't understand why.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've seen people say it on TV, and then the British broadcasters will be like, "Well, we have to end this interview then if you're gonna." It's like he said bollocks, but what the fuck is even that? Anyway, yeah. So, but for those of you, who celebrate, happy belated Thanksgiving, and of course, it's officially it is officially the beginning of the Christmas season, which is why I thought of the Die Hard, the opening from Die Hard. So, anyway, other than that. Before we continue, just fucking bore the shit out of you anymore. So we are broadcasting live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Dubfire33. A little early this evening, and I was just talking about it with OSB. This might be a little update to the scheduling, actually, because specifically tonight, my wife and kid went to a movie. My kid decided he wanted to see. We have got this awesome little like old local movie theater that's that's playing like Christmas movies. I think they would see Home Alone. But it so it gave us a window here to record a little earlier, and it's 7:40 p.m. on a Friday here, and we might try to do that more often for the live broadcasts. My kid is getting older, and so he's both my wife and I don't have to be so hands-on, at the same time, because he's 8 years old now. He's more than, he does plenty of stuff on his own sometimes, or, whatever, that kind of stuff. So it's looking like my wife and I actually talked about it. It's like, we might just say, yeah, you know what? Hey, just maybe do your broadcasts, sometime after dinner and before he goes to bed. And I like that idea because I'm able to talk exactly like this and not have to worry at all about, disturbing him trying to go to sleep. Which has always been a little bit of an issue with past broadcasts. So that's kind of nice. We have talked about trying to do a whole nother kind of little setup. I might still do that, but that's down the road anyway. So yeah. So in the past we've tended to, if we do these live broadcasts, we've tended to do them like really late at night. And that was generally because like wait long enough and I know the kid's really asleep, then I can kind of talk at a volume I'm not worried about. But then I would still be somewhat concerned about talking at too loud of a volume and disturbing him and stuff like that. So, yeah, so, keep that in mind. If you ever stop by the Twitch broadcast or the YouTube broadcast, maybe happening a little earlier than usual going forward here. So we'll see. And OSP seemed to be okay with that, right? Seems like that'll work out for you. Yeah,
no problems here.
Yeah, so
I just have 3 cats. They don't give a fuck.
yeah, as long as you feed them, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm actually surprised mine is not in here trying to claw my face off to get food right now. Actually, right about now is when we usually feed her, but she'll get the message though. She'll figure it out, right? Yeah. So, with all that out of the way, just one more quick announcement. I want to thank a couple people for the follows on Twitch. Speaking of Twitch, I want to thank Stropper68 and 57 Warlock. Let's go, guys. Thank you. Whoa, way too loud. Sorry. Fuck audio. And I just forgot to turn the system volume down. Sorry about that. Stropper68 and 57 Warlock. Thank you for the follows on Twitch, guys. I really appreciate that. 57 Warlock. I kind of dig that name. It's kind of a fun name. Destiny 2 player, maybe a Warlock on Destiny 2. 57 Warlock. Maybe. Hey, I was a Destiny and Destiny 2 enjoyer myself. Until it started to really suck. So that's unfortunate. So, but if you are in fact a Destiny player, yeah, check out the Discord or get at me on Twitter. Let me know. Check the show notes for a link to the Discord. All right. So with that out of the way, let's get on with it, boys and girls. It is, what are we, a week in or 2 weeks into season 1 update here? Battle for SoCal, or whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah, this should be the second week.
Yeah, we're like
kind of week and a half, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I've kind of lost track of time here with
10 days. 10 days.
There you go. So an official 10-day, work week, 2 work weeks. There you go. Into the seasonal update. We've played Eastwood quite a bit more, and it's definitely not getting complained about the way Blackwell Fields got complained about. So I think generally, as far as the community concerned, it's okay. As far as we're concerned, it's it's okay. Honestly, I find it kind of boring for Conquest, actually, but I have played a little bit of Breakthrough. I actually selected, just this morning, I selected the Attack Defend playlist for Eastwood, and you get games of Breakthrough and games of Rush. And for those, I actually found it much more fun. I was finding it a lot more fun to play those game modes than to play Conquest. I don't know. Yeah, for Conquest, I think it's pretty meh, pretty kind of lame. In fact, actually, I don't know. It just is. It's just boring on Conquest. And I think it's because of all the buildings, all the houses. It's just it kind of disrupts the flow of trying to take the points. And I don't know. Just every time I've played Conquest on it, I've really just kind of been I don't know. It was fine. Whatever. It was whatever. But playing Breakthrough and Rush on it have been kind of fun because, the game of Rush that I actually played this morning, we were defending and we were getting pushed back, and we got pushed back to the last point. And I believe it was only 1 NCOM on the last point. Have you played any Rush? Am I wrong, or do you know? Have you played Rush on it?
No, I have played some Rush today, actually.
Okay.
There was two MCOMs at the last.
There are 2 at the last. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So, but I got the IFV and was very being very careful and somewhat strategic. It's hard to say I was being strategic because I pretty much stayed in the exact same spot for 10 minutes. But I was defending A very well from this point. I was avoiding getting lock-ons. I was just avoiding their progress up that hill because like A is kind of like on that little bit of a terrace, and it's all backed up all the way to the back of the map, and it's in that one building. Yeah, and fuck, man, that place for a last stand on defense, and I imagine it was probably fun for them on offense because they ended up winning, but they ended up winning with 0 tickets. The fucking game went to overtime, and I thought for sure we were holding them off. But as the building starts to get destroyed, you get more exposed. Because I had the IFV in the parking lot next to that building, right? Yeah, so I was able to use that building for some pretty good cover. But as the building started to get destroyed, you lose that cover, and then they just started swarming. And I thought for sure we were winning. But then at the last minute, they got that fucker armed, and then we just couldn't get it. We couldn't get him. We couldn't get it disarmed. Yeah, and we ended up losing. But I mean, even though we lost the game, it was really fun. And the same for like attacking. I found the buildings. You get all of the sort of mechanics that they showed in the trailers and stuff with destroying the buildings to gain the tactical advantages and to gain access to certain areas and stuff like that, right? Like that seemed like that all came into play in Rush. Yeah. So what did you think about playing Rush?
I liked it on Rush. I've not played much Rush on this game, to be honest. But it played pretty well. I liked it. I got 4 MCOM arms and I think 3 destroys.
Oh, nice. Damn, dude. Very nice. Fucking OSB getting fucking assaulty with it.
No, I was support because it's the only one with smokes.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's true too. Which is bullshit. Exactly. I know. I mean, yeah.
At least assault should have.
They got to give assault
at
smokes.
Least.
Yes, they 100% got to get assault smokes for sure. Yeah, and then so other than that, Eastwood is it's a cool map. I like the way it looks, and I think it's way more fun on that kind of game mode. Yeah.
I like it on escalation as well. It can get pretty chaotic near the end with all the vehicles, and it goes down to just that little
section in the middle.
Course.
Yep. Yeah.
Clubhouse or whatever. That gets crazy. It's way better than Conquest. Honestly, escalation has just replaced Conquest for me at this point.
Right? Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, for sure. I agree with you. It is pretty cool on escalation because the trio of flags right in the middle that gets fun to fight between when it just gets down to the 3 flags at the end. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And it's always popping off there. If both teams have at least one flag, it goes crazy in the center the whole time.
Yeah, it's pretty fun for sure. I don't know if I'll go so far as to say escalation has replaced Conquest for me. But I've definitely been enjoying games of Conquest for sure. Yeah, a lot actually. Escalation. Yeah, escalation is a cool mode. It kind of sucks on some maps, but for the most part, it works pretty good actually. Speaking of Breakthrough, they changed the player count in games of Breakthrough that aren't casual Breakthrough. Well, I don't know. I imagine on casual Breakthrough they did the same thing, right? They made it 24v24.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you hadn't noticed, your games of Breakthrough are now 24v24. And that's what Rush is too, right? That's always is Rush always 16v16?
Yeah, Rush is even smaller. I don't remember what the Rush player count is. It might be 24 total.
20, it could be 16v16 or I didn't even look. Yeah, now that you mentioned it, I meant to look it up actually before we started. But I can't sound like I know what I'm talking about because then that wouldn't be, that wouldn't be us.
That wouldn't be us.
That wouldn't be how we
game now.
Oh, okay, cool. That would be how we do things here at the Objective of Battlefield podcast. All right, so, and that's kind of like a whatever for me because, like, honestly, man, like especially since they introduced the Breakthrough casual mode. Like now Breakthrough is just it's a total meme mode. It's just a straight up meme mode at this point. You know what I mean? It hasn't really worked very well since Battlefield 1. Maybe it was a little bit better in 5. I guess it was a little bit better in 5, but like in 2042 and in this game, it's pretty just whatever. It's not awesome. It was pretty terrible in 2042. Actually. So
it's definitely better with the reduced player count. I find myself playing quite a bit of Breakthrough at this point.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you motherfuckers! You don't just let me see the player count of Rush, do you?
They don't. So they did that. Well, they did it on 2042 because they kind of had to. It doesn't say, huh?
No, because it's not an individual selectable.
Oh, it's not, is it? That's right.
now.
You can't. You can only like get it if you do attack defend playlist, right?
Or custom search.
Or
I'm pretty sure
okay.
it's 24 players.
Okay, total. So 16v16, yeah.
Yeah.
That would make sense actually. That would actually make perfect sense because then that's 4 full squads per side. And that's kind of like a perfect size for a game like Rush. So wait, 16v16. That's what you were saying, right?
Sure.
No, that's 30. That's 32 players.
32.
Well, that's 32 players total.
It might be 32. I'll have to pay attention. I've not.
Yeah, I know.
Paid that much attention. I've not played much Rush. I've played like 6 games.
No, I don't know what the eight or 4. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna stop talking and we'll edit all that out because I'm so fucking bad at math that I can't even get my fucking numbers right. But yeah, but if you did 16v16, that would then you do have
12v12.
It's 12v12
according to Google AI overview. Yeah.
Okay, well there you go. Actually, there you go. So that makes like 3 squads per side. Then which makes sense. That's the right size that Rush should be. And there's been no tanks. There's just the IFVs, which of course, yeah. So, but anyway, what I was gonna kind of talk about with Rush though, or Breakthrough. So like, I don't mind that they did the casual mode, and yeah, the player the player count change probably helps it if you do play the standard mode too. But I just hope to God that they do not introduce any more casual modes, especially not Casual Conquest. There was like been rumblings about it, like, oh, maybe there'll be a Casual Conquest playlist at some point, and I hope to God they do not do that, because that would, to me, would just you can't bifurcate Conquest, because otherwise you're just gonna end up with both modes being casual, because if too many people are playing the casual mode and you're having a hard time filling lobbies for the regular mode, then you're just gonna be backfilling that mode with bots, which is obviously, it's not gonna be, the casual mode is it's a specific number of bots, and then it's only so many players. But yeah, I do not want them to do that at all. I would be really bummed out if they made a Casual Conquest mode, because I think if you affect the population of people trying to play Conquest, and then you just have bots backfilling Conquest playlists, then that's just the same fucking thing, and then that's no fun. So I definitely don't want that. That would piss me off. So hopefully they don't do that. So all right. Moving on to our next thing we want to talk about here. So we wanted to talk about some of the weapons. Specifically, mostly weapons that OSB has used. Because I pretty much only used one weapon since this fucking game launched. 81 hours and some change, to be exact. 81 hours of game time since the game launched is how long it took me to get M4 Mastery 50, using the M4 pretty much exclusively, outside of like the occasional time I picked up a sniper rifle, or the occasional time I grabbed a shotgun for a challenge or something. So like 95% of the time I was using the M4, and 81 hours into the game I got M4 mastery. It wasn't I didn't like make it some sort of goal of mine to do it, but like once I realized like how much I liked the gun early on in the game and I just kept using it, I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna fucking keep using it until I get it mastery 50 at this point. So that's what I did. And in the course of doing that, yeah, I absolutely ignored every other gun in the game and didn't play them. But so it's been we're well into the game being launched here, and I figured probably should get some thoughts on some of the guns here. But yeah, unfortunately, I've barely used any of them. But OSB has. So actually, him and I talked about it, and I had him list a few of these weapons, and he's gonna run them down and talk about what ones he likes and what he thinks about them. And if I've used them, I'll offer up some thoughts on them as well. If in fact I've used them, which will be really hard to tell because I mean, I guess they did a little bit better job with the naming convention in this game. Because it's a little bit easier to like kind of figure out what real world, counterparts to these guns, the real world versions of these guns, given the names. If it says AK or SG, the SG one is actually kind of like a big giveaway for that one, because I remember that gun was the SG5 something in all the other games and stuff like that. So anyway, so I'm going to turn it over to OSB, and he's going to let us know what he thinks of some of these guns here.
Yeah, so I've not used everything. I have some guns that are legitimately level 0. So I'm not.
Oh yeah, same.
I'm not Enders. I've not maxed out every weapon, but I've put some good time into a fair chunk of them. And I'm just kind of going down the list from assault rifle through shotgun, how it's labeled in the game. Probably one of my definitely my most used assault rifles, the B36A4 or the G36. It's super solid. It's really consistent. It doesn't have crazy damage drop offs. It's got a good rate of fire. It's pretty easy to control. It's just a good balanced weapon. It's not going to blow your socks off at any one thing, but you can use it at almost any range. It's fast enough up close with its fire rate that it only does 25 damage, but it's a 720 fire rate, so it holds its own, and it's easy to control at range. Pretty solid weapon. I'm very happy with it.
That's
my next.
Sorry, what you said? That was the B36 you were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My next most used assault rifle is the NVO. It's an Ace 23 or a Galil, I think.
Okay.
Super solid. 33 damage model weapon, which I tend to like a little more. They're a little chunkier up close. They don't always have the highest fire rate, but the damage tends to make up for it. It kicks a little more. It's a little harder to use at range, but it's a classic. Super good.
Yeah.
Same thing with the AK-4D, which is the G3, basically.
Yep. Yeah.
If you miss a shot, you're kind of fucked, but
oh yeah,
it's super satisfying to use. It's a low fire rate. It's a 514 fire rate, so it's not super high. You're more fucked if you're up close and you miss a shot, but another 33 damage weapon.
Okay.
I've not used it as much. I think that's going to be my next one. I go into leveling up for some camos.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. The NVO. I think the NVO is the most popular assault rifle. I'm pretty sure it's I'm pretty sure that's the weapon I see Enders using every time I watch him play.
Yeah, it's pretty popular. It's super consistent too.
Yeah.
And that's really what you want out of your guns.
It is. Yeah, it is an interesting comparison to the AK-4D, because it's the same damage, but it's got a significantly higher rate of fire, and you get a higher default mag, or 30 round mag. So yeah, with better control. And like I guess yeah, so the only advantage the AK4D really has over the NVO is like a little bit better base mobility. So
bullet velocity
and okay
is higher
yep
too.
and bullet velocity yep. So yeah, so that which stands to reason. Okay, yeah, and then the B36 kind of yeah, a little bit decent bullet velocity, but like the high rate of fire and but only the 25 damage. Yeah, so
yeah, it's not the best at anything, but you can make it work for everything,
right.
which is really nice. You know, you can. Oh, this guy ran up on me. Well, get fucked. 720 RPM. So it's solid. I like it. I'm sure there's statistically better ARs or whatever, but it's just so consistent. It's easy to use. Hard to go wrong there.
Right, yeah, for sure.
And then as far as carbines go, speaking of consistency, I've not used this very much, but the M277 and the M250 both share the same damage model. They only do 25 damage, but I don't think they have any drop off at any range, maybe 100 plus meters. So it is always 4 bullets to kill with both of those weapons. Something to consider if you take fights at weird ranges or whatever.
What was the second one you mentioned?
The M250. It's an LMG.
Oh, okay. The M250. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, that one reminds me of the Avansis.
A little bit.
Right, yeah, from 2042. Yeah, oh, yeah, they are. Yeah, 25 damage. Yeah, they're real. Okay, yeah, they're like the same. It's a similar. Oh, yeah, they're like basically the same gun, just in like the LMG version is like a little beefier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because okay. Sorry. I have used the M277 a little bit, and I did kind of dig it, but I feel like it could use it definitely, and I feel like it'll definitely improve with some unlocks for sure.
Yeah. Every gun will get much better as you unlock higher level attachments for sure. Probably statistically the best weapon in the game is the SG553. It's a 33 damage weapon with a higher rate of fire than I think any other one. It's 720. I've used it a little bit. It's pretty nasty. I've not used it a ton, but it's pretty fucking gross. It shreds people.
Okay. Well, the M4. This is not the base M4. My M4 that I tweaked out is a 900 rate of fire, actually. So that's a little higher than the SG, but yeah. I've seen people talking about the SG really liking the SG553.
Yeah, it seems really solid from what I've used. I've just not put a ton of time into it. SMGs, I really wanted what's this fucking camo called? I unlocked it today.
Oh, yeah,
the Aurora camo.
Yeah.
You get it from the ump at level 40. I got that bitch to level 40 and dropped it like a bad habit. The ump is pretty solid though, actually. I was running a thermal sight and a suppressor, and yeah. You stay off the radar up close, but you see fucking everybody with the thermal. It's disgusting. It's gross. It's probably going to be changed. Abuse it while you can. On anything you can. It takes away all the visibility problems right now.
Oh yeah, I guess it would, wouldn't it? Yeah, because and all the spaces where it's kind of really hard to see guys, and some of the darker parts of buildings, or exactly, which is kind of, or whether it's smoke or your screen filled with smoke and dust or whatever. Yeah. So.
Yeah, so thermals are nasty. The ump was really fun, actually. It's not the best SMG up close, but you can get kills from way further away with it than you can. It's got very little recoil. I think my longest shot kill with it was like 103 meters.
Yeah,
I was tickling them. It took the entire magazine. It's like 17 damage at that kind of range, but it's easy to keep on target. And the camo is super worth it. So that
Right.
was fun. I'll get it to level 50 at some point, but I've got what I need out of it for now. The MP5, they call it the PW5A3 super fucks. It fucks in every video game. If you see an MP5, it's probably solid.
Yep.
So that's kind of self-explanatory. I quite like the MP7 or the PW7A2.
I do too. That was actually one of the first weapons I used, but when I didn't use the M4, and I actually really dug it. Yeah, I remember using it for a few games.
Yeah, it's a pea shooter. It hits people with love, but it's no recoil, high rate of fire, reload super fast. It's fun to use. I think you'll get beat out by like the SCW-10. I think that's supposed to be the best SMG in the game. It's a 33 damage model weapon, but it's got a mag of fucking 15 rounds, which is dog shit trash to start with. Same thing with the Vector.
Yeah.
Hard to use. You got to be really smart with them. I've not put any time into either of those.
Okay. Yeah.
And I want to use the P90, but it takes up so much fucking space on your screen. It's almost not worth it.
I noticed that when I used it too. I know. I was like, holy shit, man. Like, I can't see anything else on my fucking screen except this gun. Yeah, I know. It's kind of wild.
It's huge. It sucks. I've used exactly 2 LMGs, and that's the RPKM and the DRS. The DRS is probably better. I like the RPK because it's an AK, but holds more bullets. 33 damage weapon, which I tend to like more. They're both solid. I'm sure most of the LMGs are pretty good. It's just those are the 2 I've used. I've used the KTS a little bit. It's not very good in multiplayer. I think it's pretty solid in RedSec from what I remember hearing, but I've just not used it very much.
Huh, that's interesting. Because I actually, I was actually using it a little bit recently. I found it to be kind of frustrating. I found it was it's 25 damage in that slow rate of fire. Like, it felt like its TTK was fucking ages. And I remember it it was taking forever to fucking kill guys at range. And with the 60 round mag, which is a little bit, it's not the smallest actually. The RPKM is a 40, and then the DRS only starts with a 30 because the DRS is an LMG. It's like essentially like a really beefy
an
AR, in a bit of an LMG configuration. But it just fucking, because the rate of it's a slower rate of fire than the RPK, and I don't know. It's like I've got a 60 round mag, but I seem to only manage to be able to kill 2 guys with that mag. You know what I mean? Before I was changing mags. Now it does have a good reload time. Actually, it does. I mean, it's definitely it's the fastest. Oh no, the DRS is a faster reload time. So is the RPK. Okay, so it's but it's still on the 3rd best reload time. Yeah, I don't know. I was finding it to be kind of I wasn't that impressed. But I think what people it is very beamy. It's very beamy. Like, there's like little to no recoil. There's like very little dispersion or spread. So it's not hard to hit your shots, but like the shots don't feel like they're doing anything. Like, it was really, it was kind of frustrating in that for that. So, yeah. But
I think it's popular in RedSec because it's a laser. Which makes sense for that kind of game mode. But
exactly. So,
we ain't those kind of guys.
No, that's no. We're not getting mixy with we don't really care how the guns are performing in RedSec. Maybe sometime down the road, but not right now. Yeah, for sure. So, I was just saying quick. I've used the RPK a little bit. I felt kind of the same about the RPK. It's a little, but at least it's a little bit better rate of fire. But then I also was getting frustrated with running out of bullets so quickly because it's only the 40 round mag. So which I felt,
the RPK you almost use more like an assault rifle as well. Mine, I've got a 30 round mag on it right now. With
do you really? Barrel. There you go. Yeah. So, right. Yeah. And that was how I was when I had used the DRS a little bit. And I was just going, yeah, this using this thing feels like an AR because of the 30 round mag. Yeah. So, and I have not, and I used the M250 a little bit, and it felt similar to the Advances as well. The way it shot and just with decent bullet velocity, but it really its control stats are pretty bad. And it felt that way. Like I was shooting at guys, and it just looked like I could see bullets hitting the ground next to them instead. I was I'm not getting even hit markers. I was just like, oh my god, I'm firing this thing, and I'm not even getting hit markers. So
Yeah.
So it seems like something, I don't know. You gotta again, something that'll get better with some tweaking and some unlocks. Yeah. So
Yeah, and that's the big thing is unlocking attachments for guns. They all suck at the start. They all do, kind of. They get much better as you level them up, obviously.
Yeah, so. Well, I don't know. The M4 didn't. The M4. But that was, I don't think they've tweaked it much. I don't think there was anything particularly OP about its stats when the game launched. I think it was just something, I think ARs sucked. So nobody wanted to use ARs when the game launched. So everyone just kind of defaulted to the M4 at first. So yeah. All right, what do we got next?
Next are DMRs. Don't use the LMR 27. The rest of them are all totally fine. The LMR does the least damage with the smallest magazine and the highest fire rate. Don't use it. SVK 2 shots at any range. The SVDM and the M39 EMR both have a higher headshot multiplier. Just offer it than the LMR does. Use literally any other DMR. SVK is probably the best. I quite like the EMR though. I always have. You can get mixy with it. You can get kind of closer than you should because it's got such a large magazine on it.
Yeah. Yep. I've not touched the M39. Used the SVK a little bit. Yes, it's like a 2-shot to anywhere from pretty much any range. Maybe not like kind of out. Yeah, is it any range? No, I think outside of a certain range, it's not. I don't think
it may not.
Because I feel like outside of a certain range, I landed a couple shots on someone and I didn't get a kill. But inside I don't know, inside 60 meters, every two, it's all 2 shots.
In the firing range, all the way as far back as you can get, it will still 2-shot.
You still do 2 shots. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so
it's got to be pretty far if it drops off further.
Yeah. And I have not fired the LMR 27, but yeah, its stats are fucking garbage. And the description is with an intermediate chambering. This cutting-edge precision rifles allow for rapid follow shots at the cost of relatively low damage. Yeah, well, I mean, I get it's a DMR, but when it's a semi-auto weapon and you're sitting there, having to try to click your mouse and track someone, maybe if you're Enders, it's good, but yeah, it's and it looks fucking.
No, even Enders says it's dog shit trash. Don't use it.
Oh,
that's where I got it from.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Yeah, it looks like dog shit trash too. It looks like I don't know. I mean, it looks just kind of boring. Looks like something that belongs in BO7, to be honest.
Yeah.
Right? Kind of does, doesn't it? Yeah. Cutting edge, whatever nonsense. Yeah. All right. Well. Yeah. I wonder if with some late unlocks or something, if it gets better, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe, or with at least a bigger magazine. That's the biggest problem. Is it does no damage and its mag is so small.
Yeah, and then if you look at the mag options, actually the biggest magazine you can get is a 20 round. So the best you can get is 20 round. The ergonomics, the only ergonomic attachment offered is the mag catch. So it doesn't even have any kind of trigger or ergonomic, which I don't remember. What does that trigger ergonomic do?
The match trigger improves accuracy in single fire mode, so I don't think it would make sense for something like this. To be honest.
Well, I mean,
because it's only on auto weapons. That's the thing.
Right. Yeah, true. Yeah. So, that's such a weird. I know that option improves weapon performance in semi-auto, reducing recoil and increasing accuracy. Why am I gonna switch a fucking fully automatic rifle to semi-auto in this game? I don't know.
Maybe at really long ranges, but
Yeah.
even then,
Maybe, I mean, like, okay, maybe on the AK-4D, because the G3 is meant to be more of a precision style, assault rifle, and
sure.
okay, so I can absolutely recall in past games using a G3 in a semi-auto configuration, because it was an assault rifle, and so you would get the bigger mags, and you would have the option for full rate of fire. But okay, so yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I can recall times where it was like, okay, this thing, it's full auto, but in fact I'm going to use it in semi-auto because it's just better in semi-auto because it does high damage. But if you try to fire it full auto, the recoil and the spread's crazy. So you use it in semi-auto. So I could see it in a configuration like that, and I wonder if it's even an option for the ergonomics on this gun. Yes, it is. Okay. So there you go. So okay, but it's kind of I was the first one I looked at is the carbine. Like, you can get it on the M4. Like, I don't see myself ever thinking of a time when I'm gonna on the M277, because the M277 looks like a beefier carbine. So
yeah. I've not used the match trigger or whatever on anything.
No,
at
me
this
either.
point, it seems like kind of a waste of 15 points.
Yeah, it seems like it might be that's kind of expensive, but we'll see. We'll report back on it if either of us ever unlock it for something useful like the M277 or the what's the assault rifle, the AK-4D for the G3. So there you go. So keep that in mind. Or if I don't know, like if if you've any of you out there have used that match trigger on something, let us know in the Discord what you think about it. So, all right. So what do we got next?
Next is the sniper rifles, and honestly, they're all pretty good. Use them in the correct ranges. The SV98 and the Mini Scout are your more up close snipers, within 100 meters or so, probably less in terms of the SV98. The M2010 ESR is kind of your mid-range sniper as far as the sweet spot goes, and the PSR is your longer range one. They're all pretty solid. The advantage of the Mini Scout, the new sniper rifle with Season 1, is it does not have a sweet spot, but it has a free DLC bolt or a straight pull bolt from BF4, so you can always stay ADS'd and cycle the bolt on that weapon. It does have some damage drop off, but that's a pretty far range. I don't know if I would be using it at that kind of range anyways. But they're all solid. Pick a sniper rifle and have fun. The SV98 doesn't get a flash hider, which kind of sucks since it's the more close range option. You're almost always spotted until level 35 every time you fire it. But if you keep that in mind and kind of play smart with it, you can get some free kills with it. They're all solid. And fuck shotguns. That's the next category. I don't like shotguns. I don't use them. I don't like getting killed by them. Fuck shotguns.
Yeah, fuck shotguns. Take them out of the game. I've been on record as saying, I mean, okay, I get it. I get the sentiment for wanting to take them out of the game, but you can't have a military style first person shooter game and not have your soldier have access to shotguns. I get it, call me wanting to get immersed, whatever the fuck you want to say. It's just that, like, it wouldn't even seem right. And I get it. They're cheese. They're annoying. They're bullshit. And there's my cat bugging me to get fed as we speak. I don't know. You might have. She may have actually just made it on the podcast. Hey sissy, I know. So but yes, fuck shotguns, because exactly, they're fucking cheese. You're a fucking rat if you're using one constantly. If that's all you're using. But I mean, whatever. I resort to them like, I guess if like not often, but I guess in a situation where like if you're playing Rush or something and you just know some fucking rats are dug in some corners or something, it's the easiest way to clear them out. You know, because you know where they are because they're fucking stuck in their little rat corners. So now you can fucking jump in there and just fucking one shot them, away. So yeah, but yeah, but fuck shotguns. Yeah, and then but outside of the one DMR, you said everything else seems pretty viable, no way.
Pretty much everything is viable. There are some weapons that you probably shouldn't use. I think the SOR is one of the longer TTK weapons in multiplayer. Same with the KTS, but like you can make them work,
right?
Which is nice. You know, it's not like 2042 where at launch you could use exactly one gun because everything else was broken and bugged. Everything's pretty well balanced. You can use pretty much anything you want, and that's nice. We don't have what all of the closed weapon retards were saying, where everyone's going to just use one gun for everything. It's simply not the case.
Right.
Everything is pretty well used, and just use it as it's intended.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So cool. Awesome. So there you go. There's some thoughts on some of the guns and some of the ones that are pretty good, and the one not to use for sure, that fucking lame ass DMR. I kind of want to like try it now actually, just to see what's going on with it. Yeah. And if any of you have not like noticed in the challenges, you probably have, the seasonal challenges, one of the things you can unlock is a rail cover. But I think it's only available on. Is that rail cover only available for the M240L? Is that the only thing it's available for? Is it available for?
No, it's available in a handful of weapons, but it's not a ton.
Okay, yeah. And what does it do? What does the rail cover do for you?
I think it increases draw speed a little bit.
Okay, because it doesn't. Again, it doesn't say, like, right in the challenges when you click on it, it says rail cover, but doesn't tell you what it does for you, which is kind of annoying. Okay, so if you go in like an M240, I'll just go to the M240L and then just look at that, and then you go to your accessory, left accessory. It's not.
No, it's ergonomics.
Oh, it's ergonomics. Okay, yeah, and then the rail cover. Yeah, improves the weapon draw speed. Oh, and it doesn't take up left or right accessory spot though. It's simply an ergonomics option, so that's kind of nice. Yeah. So and
it's pretty cheap if you've got 5 points or whatever laying around. You don't know what to spend it on.
Yeah,
it doesn't hurt.
No, 100%. It is. That is pretty cheap, and that is a nice little perk to improve the weapon draw speed if you happen to be using an LMG. So if you switch away from it to use your gadget or something, you just that's just that much quicker. You get your gun back a little bit quicker, anyways, which is definitely nice, and adds a little bit to your mobility as well. So adds unless that just. Well, I don't know. I wonder if those two things are exclusive, or you get that faster draw speed, and it's making you a little bit faster or does that bump in mobility mean the faster draw speed? I wonder. I don't know. I doubt it. I bet, because I'm pretty sure mobility simply refers to how fast you move with the weapon. Pretty sure.
No, I think it's got something to do with your ADS time, your draw speed. I think these stats are a little more complex than what they lead on to.
Okay. Yeah, because I know it. I'm trying to think of when because I have my I have an M4. I'm pretty sure I've got its mobility maxed out. Yeah, I've got this. Yeah, so I've got this one M4 kitted out, and it's got a 78 mobility, which is pretty fun. In fact, I can make it even better by doing lightweight. Yeah, I can actually take it from 78 to 80 if I use the lightweight ammo, but I've got the frangible ammo on it. And Yeah, the thing is, it doesn't as you change your mobility, it doesn't change any of the stats below those stats. The reload time, the bullet velocity. What's the I? Is that the accuracy? Oh, that's probably your
It's
accuracy.
ADS time.
Oh, that's your ADS time. Okay. See, so when you change mobility, it doesn't affect your ADS time. So I'm guessing that rail cover does have an exclusive little set. Yeah, it gives you a little bit of bump in mobility, plus you get the faster weapon draw speed. So that's nice. Yeah, this M4 is fun, and I talked about that before. If you're new to the podcast and you hadn't heard us talk about it, and we were a little frustrated with movement speed in this game. I still think they could bump up the standard sprint speed when you're carrying your weapon. But you can kit out weapons to get yourself moving fast. Like this, this particular M4 I have with the 78 mobility, I move noticeably quicker than when I'm using my sort of more general M4, which only has a 62 mobility. And I noticed the difference big time when I use my it's the Warfighter. So so the Warfighter M4 is the one I use to kit out for the mobility. So speaking of that too, we're not allowed to make like any kind of custom blueprints for these weapons, which is kind of annoying. I mean, for the M4, I've got, I've unlocked, this. I've obviously I have the unstoppable force unlocked because I got it to 50, and I unlocked unidentifiable, which I believe is like a skin that came from the battle pass or something, or I don't remember how I unlocked this particular.
I think so.
Right, the battle pass, right? Yeah. So you can modify any one of those any way you like. Now, I guess if you're getting really crazy out there and you really do need like more than 3 different configurations of a single weapon, then this can be kind of frustrating because like basically you're limited to whatever skins there are. Now, as I go through most of them obviously, so all of them have the tiers as you progress. You get your factory, you get your warfighter at mastery 10, and then you get your full, you get your unstoppable. They're all called the same thing too, which is kind of a little which is I guess is a little lazy. Yeah, they're all called. The level 10 mastery is called the warfighter. The level 50 is called the unstoppable force. It's the same thing for every weapon. So at least once you get to level 10, you automatically unlock 2 blueprints, so to speak. But that's a little frustrating that that's all you have access to. Like we don't have an option here to like create custom blueprint so that you can have, So yeah, I'd like to see them make that change. I'd like to see that's one of they really, they created this weaponsmith very much in the likeness of a COD weaponsmith, but they didn't quite go all the way. You know what I mean? Because in COD weaponsmiths,
well, it would take 6 months to get the ability to save your blueprints in Call of Duty. So it's kind of the same, if not maybe a little bit better right now.
Well, wait, what did you say? It would take you 6 months to do what?
It'll take them 6 months to add the ability to save individual blueprints to Call of Duty.
Oh, well, true. Yeah, that's true. That's right. Because that shit was broken for like a long time. Yeah, in those games. But I wish they would have like kind of like really just went all the way. And when you go into your weapons, and I mean, like obviously a lot of them, and then you've got all these other unlocks you'll get through the skins, and then you can modify each one of those, if you want. So you'll have options, but like I would like the ability to just like say, create a custom gun and name it whatever I want. That was the other thing. You could name the blueprints whatever you wanted in COD. So you had you can. That was actually one of the very popular strats that people would do in Warzone for their loadouts. They would name the weapons after sort of what they were going to use it for in Warzone, so that they were easily identifiable when they would get their loadouts, and so so that you could use it. Now, obviously, you don't necessarily have to do that in RedSec because you don't have loadouts in RedSec. However, it would be useful though to, before you load in, you would just easily you name those guns that way, and they're easy to identify. Now I do like the favoriting system. Because when I'm in game, and if I want to switch up weapons, and I know I can go to my favorite tab, and I've got my 2 M4s in there that I like. I've got an M7 in there, and so, and there's 8 slots in there. So that is kind of nice. At least there is that. So now you can, the weapons you like the most, you favorite it, and now when you go to switch up weapons in mid game, it's easier to find it. But you just go to that favorite tab, and you'll see your favorite weapon that you want to switch to right there. So that is kind of nice. But I would like to see them just take that next step and the same thing for the loadouts. Like, this system for the loadouts is weird. Like, you get loadout 1. You get the second one is the name of the path that you've unlocked as you've progressed the class challenges. So like for assault, it's frontliner, and then the next one is called custom. But you can't you can't change the names of them, and it's so weird. That's like, because, and now there is only 2 things, but there's gonna be more of these as we go. So like, yeah, like Dice, like, a UI tweak is needed here, and we need to be able to change the names of these things. Like, it's really lame. Like loadout 1, frontliner, and custom. Well, how custom is it if I can't change the fucking name of it, Dice? Come on. Like, let's get that together. Like, those are definitely things I want to see them change. And specifically for vehicles. It's even more, and for me, it's even more important for vehicles, because I would like to have the loadouts named for the situation I'm going to use them for. Because that, like, specifically for tanks, I've kind of been tweaking my tank loadouts, my main battle tank loadouts. Like, I have one that I have a loadout that I feel is pretty good for just if I'm taking on other armor. I have one for when I'm just kind of trying to take on infantry. And then the third one, I have one, it's kind of a little bit of both. And I would just, and I know that now, and that's how I set them up. But like, honestly, I still have to like kind of click on it. Okay, hold on, was it loadout 1? Okay, yeah. And loadout 2 is the one. Okay. It's like, I would love to be able to just anti-tank, anti-person, name one anti-tank, one name anti-personnel, name one, the third one, whatever. I don't know, just whatever I want. So I know what I'm going to use it for. You know what I mean? So, yeah, those are some major things I would like to see change for the UI. And they're seriously just some like polished things that they really need to do. Speaking of polished things, they mentioned that in the patch notes, actually, which we're going to get into next. But before we do, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. I'm going to go feed my cat real quick.
All right. Yep, no worries.
Psych. No, I did feed my cat. Or maybe I did. Or maybe I didn't. You'll never know, because that was, it was edited, at least for the public consumption. Anyway. No, I'll she's fine. I'll get her fed here. We're just gonna wrap up here actually pretty quickly here. Just next thing we got here is some patch notes stuff, and I know the last patch came out a little while ago, but we didn't really get a chance to talk about some of the more important ones, and I wanted to kind of go over them real quick and just like have some thoughts on them. Specifically, yeah. So this was I lost the webpage, but whatever. So this was from where is it? Every time, seriously, Dice, like Activision, come on, or Activision, EA, let's go. I mean, if you leave the page, it makes you fucking put your age in just to get back. Makes you, they do the damn age check thing. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, so 1.1.2, November 17th, this came out. It came with the California Resistance, not Battle for SoCal, which is what I call it, which I think would have been a better name anyway. Oh, they did kind of actually use that as a sub text for the stuff, Battle for SoCal, that kind of thing. Yeah, so just a few that I thought were important and interesting to talk about. They say here that weapon accuracy and dispersion tuning fixed unintended weapon dispersion increase rates and improved the non-recon sniper rifle accuracy while globally reducing dispersion across all weapon types. How often have you used a sniper rifle while not running recon?
I never did, but I also knew that you were not 100% accurate with a sniper rifle unless if you were a recon. So
Right. So yeah.
take that how you will.
Yeah.
I could see running assault with a sniper rifle primary and a carbine as your weapon sling weapon being pretty fucking good though.
Oh yeah.
So you can kind of cover every range.
Yeah, that could be pretty good if you really wanted to like kind of get optimal with it. Yeah, that would be pretty good. So, yeah, the unintended weapon dispersion increase rates. So that's good. I feel like that is the case. I have noticed it. Things do feel a little tighter when you're aiming at stuff and when you're ADSing and stuff. So that's good. Challenge and progression clarity improvements, making requirements easier to understand and track. I guess, sort of. I don't know, Dice. I'm not sure about that one. And then the next one here, a major polish pass to deployable gadgets, including the LWCMS portable mortar, the LTM2 portable laser designator, and supply crates. I assume what they meant by that was like, was there a problem with where you could set them down or something, or was there something about the animations that were scuffed? Or
I'm not sure. I would imagine it was probably placing them could get a little funky.
okay,
At least with the mortar and the laser designator, because you can put the laser designator down and use it remotely. But I'm not positive, to be quite honest.
Yeah. I think that was probably mostly what it was, because it did seem like before the patch, like, yeah, you would try to lay down, like I tried to lay down the vehicle crate, and it would seem like this would seem like perfectly flat area, like there's nothing in the way, but like it was like, nope, can't, it would stay red. It's like, no, you can't put it there. I was like, okay, what the fuck, game? Like, let me put the fucking thing down already. This one I thought was interesting. Allowed friendly soldiers to damage and detonate certain friendly gadgets, which I assume probably pleased battle dads everywhere, so they can get even more immersed, because that's a realism, you know. Hey, it's all explosives. It doesn't matter who laid it down. You can blow them up. You know, they're supposed to blow up. That kind of thing. So yeah. So certain. I love how they don't list them though. Like, why didn't they list what friendly gadgets? Like, why would that have been so hard to, you know, let us know which friendly gadgets you're talking about? Why are they keeping it a mystery? To help keep us immersed? I don't know. I don't get it. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. No, I don't know either. Yeah, fuckers.
Yeah, seriously, Dice. What the fuck? I mean, like, why wouldn't you have said which friendly gadgets you're talking about? Fixed in this. Okay, and this is one of the things we were talking about earlier. Fixed an issue where class ability would sometimes not activate, although the UI shows it as available. So now, is that something you noticed with playing infantry or not?
A little bit. I had noticed it as a recon trying to call in the UAV.
Okay.
It would just sometimes, you did say you'd have it, you'd hit 6 and it just wouldn't bring out the cell phone to call it in.
Yeah.
And it's perfect now, and you can abuse the fuck out of the UAV.
My cat is about to attack me. Sissy, calm down. Oh my goodness. She's in here fucking just bugging me.
Screaming at
oh
you.
yeah, no, she is.
Feed me now, you dumb having bitch.
You stupid human. Yeah, no, that's right. Now that see, where I was noticing issues was with some, and this doesn't mention vehicle abilities. It's talking about the class abilities. And you're right. I remember it happening in the beta a lot. I can remember multiple times in the beta, like trying to use whatever class ability would pop up, and that shit just not working. And I remember thinking, like, why isn't it working? Like, did I not meet some criteria? Like, what's going on? Am I not in the right spot? What the fuck is going on here? But I've noticed this exact thing happening with vehicle abilities. And now I'm in the game right now because I wanted to look. So this is another thing about the vehicle abilities that I find strange. Like, I don't understand why equipment 1 is just flares. I don't understand that. There's no option to change it. It's like grayed out. Fine. Okay. So in equipment 2, so you have equipment 2 and you have upgrade. Okay, fine. So in equipment 2, repairs damaged vehicles. Okay, it does say right in the fucking description, which I did not pay attention to, can only be activated when the vehicle is in a low health state. Okay, so that explains why that one would not work when I was trying to make it work. Says it right in the description. That's on me. That's my bad for not reading it, and for me for thinking the fucking game was broken. But I find that frustrating because that was never the case in the previous games. The repairability was usable if you fucking only took 5 points of damage. Didn't matter. That 5, if you wanted to repair that 5 points of damage with the repairability, you could use it. And I can recall very many times, like being, getting hit once or twice and my tank's at like 50% health, and I've the danger got taken care of or whatever, and instead of waiting for the fucking recharge to hit, I'll use my vehicle repair. But then I've put it on cooldown, and it's kind of a long cooldown, and I probably shouldn't have, because it's like I was like, well, shit, now I don't have that available while it's on cooldown. What if I need it? When I'm really hurting? What if I take a couple more hits and I'm at like fucking 20% health? Now I don't have it if it's on cooldown. So I don't understand this mechanic. I don't understand. I'd like to find out why they thought what their thoughts were behind designing it like this, honestly, because I find it to be a little frustrating. All the other ones are pretty much, they're supposed to deploy whenever, but I feel like sometimes too, they don't activate either. I guess now I'm thinking I have been using the helicopter a lot lately, and I have noticed that they have activated. I thought there were some abilities. So the field maintenance enables, see, that's not an activated one. Equipment 1, emergency repair, again, can only, so they're called emergency repair. They can only be activated when you're in a low health state. Yeah, so was that the way it worked in 5? You remember? Now that I'm thinking, for some reason, maybe it's just
in 5, I don't think you could repair at all. I think you had to go back to a vehicle resupply station or find an engineer, but I may be wrong. I've tried to block a lot of 5 from my memory.
No. You could, but you know what you had to do? You had to like hold the button down while the repairs were happening, and you hear this wrenching noise or whatever. I edited that out. That was the worst fucking wrenching sound effect I could have possibly made. But yeah, I remember it now. You would have to hold it down, and it would progress. It would take about 5 seconds for the repair to fully happen, and you could do it a couple times, but you did have I think you actually had an inventory of it. Like, you would have 2 repairs. You could use them both, but once you used them both, it was a long cooldown for them. Yeah, so I guess there was that. So I guess there has been some, but I don't know. I'd preferred it in like 2042 and 4. You could just use that repair ability whenever the fuck you wanted, and I feel like, well, in this game though, they have changed the vehicle mechanics around a lot. Like, when you take the critical damage in the helicopter, you lose a lot of control over the helicopter until you hit that emergency repair. Like, when you take the, you can take some damage. You can take small arms fire. You can take some shots from heavier stuff, and you're taking damage. and it's not really affecting the helicopter. But once you hit that critical damage stage, you like instantly lose like all your controls, and this instant you hit your repair, you regain them. So, and the same thing happens in the tanks as well. Like once you hit that critical damage stage, nothing works. You can't move, but you can hit if you have your emergency repair, you hit it, and everything comes back to life. You can move again. So, I somewhat answered my own question because that's clearly sort of the gameplay loop that they implemented with doing it this way. So I don't know. It seems like a balance thing too. There's no question they've balanced the fuck out of helicopters. Helicopters are still in the right hands. If someone's a really good aim in it and someone's a really good pilot, they're still pretty fucking deadly.
Yeah, I saw a Silk video, I think yesterday, where he went 193-1 as a gunner in a helicopter with a buddy as a pilot.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Thank God he plays on not my fucking servers.
Yeah, I know. Thank fucking Lord he's all the way across the Pacific on those fucking oceanic servers. Yeah. I know, for real, dude. He's
my fucking mind.
Oh, fuck yeah. I know, dude. Oh, 100%. I would have been driven mad. Just all I would have been doing, I would have went 0-50 just trying to kill him, and I would not have given a fuck. I
would get killed 10 or 15 times by the fucking helicopter, and I'd alt F4. I'd go play a nice calming game.
Right, yeah. Yeah, for fuck's sakes. Yeah, seriously, Silk. Fucking absolute fucking demon. And if he's not doing that, he's absolutely terrorizing servers in a jet. Just terrorizing servers. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Yeah, that man is an absolute fucking air vehicle demon. Yeah, for sure.
Keep me out of Silk's fucking lobbies. Please.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, miss me with those fucking Silk lobbies for sure. So I can see. I guess I somewhat answered my own question. I see the gameplay loop that they were going for. It's different from previous versions. You never really lost any, like they never really got that in depth with the damage. You never lost mobility of your tank or vehicle, no matter how much damage it was taking. You were always, which certainly increased the survivability of the vehicles in those games, and that was noticeable in those games for sure. And it certainly reduces the survivability of the vehicles in this game with that kind of mechanic. Because it does really, because like it makes you way more vulnerable. If you don't get that repair off right away, man, and get your controls back, you're either going to crash in the helicopter or you're sitting duck as in a tank. So so I can see why they did it. I'm still not sure how I feel about it, but so far, vehicle gameplay feels okay. Speaking of, and if you don't necessarily have to be a really good pilot in the helicopter now, you just have to be a smart pilot, actually. You really just have to learn the sort of the timing, make a run, kind of bug out if you used your one of your cooldowns, if you used your flares or whatever, bug out, wait for your flare cooldown, come back in, attack, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So, Tony the Big Back 55, ball sack. Indeed.
Correct.
Yeah, ball sack. Sure, man. That's cool with me too. So anyway, I don't know what the fuck started all that talk, but there it is. Oh yeah, the patch note. The patch note about fuck and you game. Give me my fucking Firefox. The problem with the class thing's not working. That's right. So that's what made me think of that. And I don't think there's any problem. So to like wrap this all up. I don't think there's any problem with vehicle abilities not working when they're supposed to. Although I'm still not entirely sure, because I feel like I was trying to use some ability actually like just today, like, and it wasn't activating, and I wasn't sure why. I was probably trying to use the repair again when you can't. But you know what they need to do? Like, the thing is, though, is the repair ability looks as if you can use it, right? Like the icon is in that state of like it's active and you're allowed to use, but you can't.
Yeah.
You can't though, unless you do get the prompt. Like I have the prompt on, I have the game prompts on for certain things, so I get the prompt when I have the critical damage. So I see the prompt and I can use it. But I guess I kind of wish it wasn't even on the screen then if you have it, because like it just makes me think like I sit there trying to use it sometimes. It's like, why isn't it working? It's like, oh yeah, you can't. You got to be critically damaged, whatever. So yeah. So okay, so they fixed the issue with class abilities not working. I feel like vehicle abilities are fine, and they are probably working. Possibly, they are working properly. And I am, of course, just an old dying gamer boomer. So, fixed inconsistent hit registration for the defibrillator after range adjustment. I don't know what they mean by the after range adjustment. I just liked the fact that they fixed the inconsistent hit registration for the defibrillator, because yeah, it was really bad at one point. There was like, I was fucking getting all kinds of non-revives, and it was getting really frustrating actually. So, but what do you think they mean by the after range? Are they talking about snipers?
So I think they made it so that you had to be closer to get the revive off with the defibs, because you can be kind of far away as it sits. I think they had tried to make it so you had to be closer, and then it fucked everything up, and I think they just rolled it back.
Oh, okay, I see. So you could be pretty far away at one point. Yeah, you could be. That's right. I remember like you could just run past someone standing up, just do the things, and boom, they would get them up. But you can still, as long as you're like right on top of them. So after they messed with the range, they fixed the inconsistent hit registration for the defibrillator. I still don't think I'm saying it right. Defibrillator. There you go. I think. I don't know. Whatever. So that's
Defibs.
good. Defibs. Exactly. Yeah. And it's noticeable. I did notice after that patch that, yeah, it's like, okay, good. The defibs feel better again. Because before they did, it was like, yeah, it was feeling really, really weird. So, yeah. So there's some patch notes from the last patch. There was one other thing I wanted to kind of hit on real quick, actually, in the on the Battlefield webpage, which I'm gonna. No, okay, good. Yeah. So so this weekend. Well, I mean, you're gonna be listening to this like a couple days or so after we've recorded this. So the weekend that we recorded this was a free trial weekend. So that's interesting. Did you notice in the game, is it a strictly like a totally just separate playlist from everything else?
Yes.
It is,
Yes,
isn't
it
it? Yeah. Because now on the left-hand side in our like menu options, there's an option for BF6 free trial. And yeah, under BF6 free trial, there are 3 options: all out warfare, close quarters battle, and initiation breakthrough. So yeah. So yeah, let's jump into those and absolutely farm some fucking free trial players. So and if you did, how'd you do? Did you have fun? And if you listen to this and you tried out the free trial, how did you like the game, right? Things like that. So we'll see. So it was a free trial weekend and double XP, right? The double XP went active, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I will.
Yep, and that's for everything.
Yep. Oh yeah, Battle Pass, double Battle Pass XP. Let's go. So there you go, boys and girls. So it was a double XP weekend.
I don't know about Battle Pass, but certainly weapons, your character, and vehicles for sure.
Well,
so if you're grinding out a weapon, grind it out on a double XP weekend for sure.
Well, no, okay. So if you, I'm looking at it right now, and all 3 things say 2 XP across the board. career, hardware, and battle pass. So
Nice.
yeah, so there you go. So we got double XP across the board for this weekend. And where does it go? Nope, that's the game. Fuck off. Yeah, and then in there here too, they had something interesting that I thought I wanted to touch on. They talk about initiation breakthrough, tips for breakthrough, blah blah blah. They talk about sabotage and team deathmatch, social breakthrough. There's tips in here. Da da da. Free this is origin. They talk about red sec. Okay, no, there's no. Wait, what did I look at? Oh, there's an anti-cheat update. That's from November 18th. Yeah, they did just post this yesterday, actually. Yeah, November. Oh yeah, does that say November 28th or November 20th? Because
it was 28th. It was today.
Yeah, just today. Oh, it's today, right? Yeah. Battlefield 6 is officially live, and what a launch has been. Da da da. Yeah. So Javelin. Yeah, in a past Javelin blog, we've talked about measuring cheating through what we call match infection rate, or measure of confidence that at least one cheater our measure of confidence that at least one cheater impacted any particular match. So that's what the MIR is. You can interpret this as the chance that you as a player would encounter a cheater in your matches. We prefer using this to know whether we are being successful or not, as opposed to just volumes of enforcement, such as, or. Okay, I feel I can't tell if they messed up their English or I'm just an old dying boomer and I don't know how to read anymore. We prefer using this to know whether we are being successful or not, as opposed to just volumes of enforcement, such bans, because even though, I think they meant to say such as bans, because even though we've been busy blocking, kicking, suspending, and banning cheaters, it doesn't mean much if we haven't protected your play experience. This helps make sure we focus not just on catching cheaters after they have already cheated and ruined your match, but that we are effectively keeping them from ever producing an impact to begin with. Okay, interesting. So what they're, just to kind of TLDR that, I like that they look at the cheating from that perspective. The MIR, the match infection rate, they just are looking for any instance of like, okay, like regardless of how small, even if it was just one cheater, did someone in this match cheat? So they want it. So they're just finding. So which sounds like they're just scouring all the match data. Like, and if it looks like someone cheated, like they're looking at it and then they're going to try to figure out how they cheated. And then, yeah, because it sounds like essentially, and then what they're saying is like, they're trying to like just make sure the cheaters just never get in to begin with. That's what they're working towards. That's kind of based because Activision's only measure of trying to reduce cheaters, mitigation. That's the measure of mitigating this is shadow bans and fucking bans on players that are just going to create another free account because like for Warzone or something. So the fact that they're coming at that from this direction, from this perspective, like they're looking for how they can just like completely wall the game off from cheaters is pretty interesting. It goes on to say, we're proud to share that 98% of all matches were fair and free of cheater impacts during the week following launch, meaning our average match infection rate was only 2%, less than 2%. That means almost every player who jumped on the battlefield enjoyed a level playing field. That's pretty fucking impressive, actually. The open beta was invaluable for tuning our detection systems, operation workflows, and compatibility processes. We took those learnings and enhanced them for launch, directly contributing to the stability and strength you've all experienced so far. So that's pretty cool. And it goes on to go talks a whole lot more about stuff, and there's charts, and this is all really cool. What's next in the war against cheating? We're just getting started. Here's what's coming next. Explore additional OS security features. So they've already done that once by taking advantage of Secure Boot. So all of you probably remember, like, when you installed this game, you had to go through the whole rigmarole of getting Secure Boot started up in your BIOS, making it and getting it to work, which is actually something that came along with Windows 11. That was something that actually a lot of people dealt with. If you upgraded from Windows 10 to Windows 11, you had to have a motherboard that had a particular security feature. So all these things, so they're taking advantage of OS security features, which is good because those things can probably be helpful and prevent. Those things would be probably the first line of defense from preventing people from cheating at all, because then once any kind of cheating software is even installed in Windows, the Windows is going to know it instantly, or it's going to detect it somehow, probably. So I would guess that's, what's going on there with the OS security features. Enforce against cheating hardware. Okay, I don't even need to read those. You're talking about Cronuses, right? And other such things. Yeah. Improving reporting flows, improving internal operation tools. And then they have a section here called classified. So that's interesting. We have multiple teams working on various new anti-cheat features and detections across our multi-layered suite of tools across Javelin. The game client, server, and beyond coming online as fast as we can get them ready. As soon as any of these new ways of delivering ban hammers are fully tested and ready, we'll share more. But for now, we don't want to tip our hands to the bad actors looking to ruin your game experience. So, did you have a thought? That sounded like you're about to.
So there was something we had skipped over that I find interesting in this little article.
Yeah.
We are presently aware of and have multiple detections for 190 cheat-related programs, hardware vendors, and resellers. Since launch, 183 of them, or 96%, have announced feature failures, detection notices, downtime, or their cheats are offline entirely, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Activision could never.
Never. No.
Activision's probably developing the cheats and double dipping.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, didn't the boys cast that one at Activision
Maybe.
at some point? Yeah, I think they did. Or it might not have been them, but like they heard some people talk about it. Yeah. Yeah, Activision couldn't. Dude, I mean, yeah, that is, thank you for catching that, because that is super interesting. Holy shit. Yeah, that Javelin is being that effective that so these 190 related cheat programs and the vendors are just throwing their hands up and they were like, sorry guys, fuck this. They're getting stumped. They're getting stumped by this anti-cheat. Okay, look, based dice. Look, hey, flowers where you deserve them. Based dice for the Javelin anti-cheat. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Well, yeah, I guess they probably did. If some other third-party software company came up with this, they would have to acknowledge it. So yeah. Hey, based dice, man. Javelin anti-cheat doing its work, getting work done. That's fucking awesome. Actually, that's very encouraging to see. Very, very encouraging, actually. So based dice for that. But hey, all the other stuff we talked about in the podcast, let's get to work on some of that shit, right? Let's fix some things in the UI for some quality of life improvements. So, all right. Speaking of quality of life improvements, we'll fucking stop talking and annoying the shit out of you. So, yeah. But this is good. I definitely need to, hopefully like a schedule like this can work out, because it's honestly, it feels easier for me to talk about things. It feels easier for me to like just kind of have my thoughts, because I can yell when I want. I can just kind of outburst when I want, and I just kind of, I feel like I can just kind of get the flow of the conversation in the podcast a little bit more on point when I don't have to worry about disturbing the rest of the family. So yeah. And we should probably wrap up before my fucking cat tries to eat my face. So yeah. Yeah. So what do you think? Anything else you got? We good?
Yeah, I think we're good. Don't use the LMR, and yeah, have fun.
Yeah. Have fun.
Abuse thermals.
Abuse the thermals. Yep. Abuse the thermals before they fix them. What do you think they would do to nerf them? Make them more expensive in the gunsmith or something? Or I don't know. What do you
Either
think?
it's that or right now, how it is, you can still see like terrain and stuff pretty well, which is I don't think that's how they were in BF4. I can see them just being they only highlight the enemy. You can't kind of see, okay, well here's a hill, it's kind of gray, or oh, there's a piece of cover or whatever. It might be all black with just the white of a body. Would be my guess.
I gotcha.
But yeah, abuse them. They're super nasty.
Yeah. Actually, I'm trying to kind of want to throw one on right now and like see what it looks like in game actually. Oh my god, why is it so ugly? Good lord. That's another thing you guys need to do, Dice. You seriously need to fucking give us options for like the colors of these fucking things. This fucking thermal 3 times is like some sand beige color and it looks fucking terrible on top of my M4.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, buddy. And the wife and kid are back from the movie, so that's another reason we should probably wrap up. Hey, you're live on the internet, bro. All right, he's out of here. Anyway, whatever. Well, I'll test it out. I don't need to do it right now. Yeah. So, more quality of life improvements there too. And so that wraps it up from here, boys and girls. All right, everybody, we love you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting us. And yeah, we'll probably talk to you next week. And stay safe out there. And we'll see you next time.
Deuces.
All right, we're out. Cool. my kid scared. Yeah, it's a good thing I looked at I was just looking at OBS and all of a sudden I saw my kid fucking standing in my frame. It's like, oh, okay. Whoops. So yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. All right, so I'm gonna get off here for a little bit and help get my kid to bed. So
Yeah. Yeah. I should be on the game a little later tonight.
yeah, buddy. Yeah, I'll probably jump on a little bit later too, actually. So
Cool.
probably in about an hour and a half or so.
Cool. That works.
All right, cool, man. Talk to you.
Cool. See ya.